Hey guys, we're going to continue on with our lesson on free falling now. And we're going to be focusing on the right hand to begin with the thumb and the right hand clawing technique, because there's quite a lot going on there. And so when I do this version, if you think of all the stuff I do is to do with TikTok. Yeah, Mark, TikTok. Yeah, I know, I keep going on about it. My right hand TikToking pattern. Now, there's no difference with my fingerstyle pattern. It's continually down up as well. If you watch carefully, it's very small movements, but you can see this down up constant. Ticka, 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 ticka. Now, so what's happening is my right hand my thumb is coming down on the downstrokes, and my thumb is in charge of all the notes that are happening on the down, and all the notes that are happening on the up are going to be the fingers. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. And I'm keeping my hand very solid, but it's kind of solid and relaxed at the same time. It's kind of in the same position, so that it kind of stays as a rigid, almost little idea, as opposed to being sort of flexible. It's kind of almost like my whole hand becomes the guitar pick. So, and when I'm playing the chords, such as what we're going to be doing now is that. So what we're doing there is quite advanced, so don't be too worried if you can't do it straight away. But I'm basically just keeping my right hand tick-tocking and strong. And I'm doing the slap in there as well. You can hear the ghost notes. Ticka, 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 ticka. So if I just do the first chord over and over, okay, I've just got that first chord shape on. All I'm doing is just constantly doing, and that's a good idea for you to do if you've never done this before, just to continue. And then you can hear the volume change. So we're not trying to be accurate. I don't want that. We want it to be quite sort of fingers wrapped right over, a lot of knuckles on there, and just getting out enough underneath it. Making it loud and making it soft again. And that way you get used to how it wants to feel. And that's where that technique comes from. So once you've got that down, quite a lot going on there, but once you've got that down, you can pretty much do that for the chords. So see, when there's nothing going on, like basically the song is, but in the meantime, in the gaps, there's this going on. And that's what makes the colour of the song, that's what makes it sound more professional than just going, which is still cool, or whatever version you've got going of it, okay, so there's quite a lot going on there with that little thing. As always with these advanced things, don't be too stressed out. Just work on these things slowly, because it is frustrating when you first do it. Don't expect to get there in one session. Just try and get a little bit better each time you come back and try this and get that technique going, and just start slowly developing your style of playing. You might actually come up with a cooler or your own way of doing it. You don't have to do exactly the same way as I'm doing it. Now, the other thing now is going to be the left hand, okay? So, the left hand is not actually too much difference going on, other than a few hammer-ons and making the melody a little bit different. Okay, so here's the first part of it. There's the first hammer-on there. Instead of going straight to the G note, like I'm going hammer-on. I accented it really strongly to let you know where that was. And you can even do the first note. It's like a 0 to 2, so 0, 2, and then 2 to 3. So, or you could go, 2 hammer-ons is a bit too much, so 0, 2, 2, 3 is too much, like, it's a bit too bouncy. Whereas if you start it and do the next one straight, or you do the first one straight and hammer on the next one, gives you variety. It makes it more organic, makes it more special. It makes it different every time. Now the same thing with the B. You can either do the hammer on the B note, and you can do a hammer on the A. You can do a hammer on. You can do that hammer on the second string from 0 to 2. So you go to 0 to 2 on the B, or 0 to 2 below that on the A. So on the B, and then the A. And usually I do that hammer on at the end. So I'd usually go. So it gets used to, you hear this, you sort of hear that note. So what I'm doing there, so I've got the hammer on, I've got the start, hammer on, A. And you'll also notice my A, I get quite lazy with my chords. And sometimes instead of doing a 3-fingered A, I do a 2-fingered A. And the way I'm doing that, my first finger's covering the first 2 notes of the A, and my second finger's in charge with the bottom one. That's where I can do a hammer on. It's just a thing I've developed over the years of playing, and I've gotten a bit sloppy with my technique maybe, and sort of made things very, very refined, so I don't have to do much movement. And I've got other fingers free to do cool little things like awesomize chords. Awesomize chords, that's my term. So there's the first part, A, and hammer on. It's overly done hammer on, I'm sorry, but and then little finger naturally has to go there anyway for the next chord, so you'll hear it go. Bit of fun with that one, but just having fun with it to show you what sort of stuff you can do with those chords. So, right hand thing, the technique is the hardest part of this whole lesson today. That really is where the crux of it really is about. Because your left hand side, you can always develop that. It's just hammer-ons, it's just different shapes. But the right hand is what gives us the feeling, it gives us the nuances, gives us all the dynamic range of stuff going on. But it's kind of, we don't watch this too much, and it's kind of hard to see what's going on. So hopefully that explains a little bit better of what is going on in there. And I hope you're enjoying that. I hope you're enjoying these lessons. Please comment below. I'd love to know what you think of these videos. If you'd like to start playing guitar from the very beginning, ground up, or you know someone that does, recommend them to jamorama.com, which is my website for teaching guitar. You can get online tuition that way, plus you can get hold of me. And if you like this, please like this and tell your friends, subscribe, all of that stuff. Mark the Guitar Guy, signing off. We'll see you next time.